Have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to project total confidence, but you had this nagging feeling that your body was telling a different story? Well, it probably was. Our bodies have this secret language, and today we're going to decode the 7 subconscious gestures that might be holding you back, and more importantly, show you how to take back control.
You know, the source material for this explainer just cuts right to the chase with this idea. Think about it. Long before you even open your mouth, your hands, your posture, all these tiny micro-movements are already telling people what's going on inside your head. So the real question is, what story are they telling about you?
Exactly. We're all walking around broadcasting these signals, most of the time without even knowing it. So what we're going to do today is learn to read them. It's like learning a new language, the language of nonverbal cues. These are the signals that reveal our true state of mind, whether we like it or not.
To really get this, our source gives us this brilliant metaphor. Are you the antelope or the lion? The antelope, is all nervous energy. It's that prey instinct that just screams vulnerability. But the lion has this calm, controlled stillness. It's the predator's calm, and it projects undeniable strength without even trying.
So let's start with the antelope, because if you want to change these behaviors, you first have to understand where they come from. This is all about the psychology of what the source calls the weak player.
And the key thing to get here is that this isn't a choice. Nobody decides to act nervous. That prey mentality triggers these tiny, uncontrolled movements that come from our ancient fight-or-flight response. And what it does is subconsciously signal to everyone around you that you don't feel in control. Your body's basically shouting, "I'm not confident," even when you're trying your best to hide it.
Okay, so this brings us to the core of it all, the 7 specific gestures that give away that antelope state. As we go through these, see how many you recognize, maybe in others, or maybe even in yourself.
All right, number 1. This is the absolute classic giveaway, restless hands. When you get nervous, your body is flooded with all this excess energy, right? That energy has to go somewhere, and for most of us, it escapes through our hands.
Yep, wringing your hands, tapping your fingers, fiddling with your watch. It's all your body just trying to burn off that nervous tension. But to anyone watching, it's a total giveaway that you're not at ease. It signals a lack of inner composure.
Okay, gesture number 2 is a little more subtle. It's something we call self-soothing. And it's basically your body's attempt to give itself a comforting hug without anyone noticing what you're doing. You know when people touch their neck in a tense conversation, they're instinctively protecting one of the most vulnerable parts of their body. It's this deep, subconscious attempt to calm down, but what it's really broadcasting to everyone else is anxiety and a need for reassurance.
So, from comforting ourselves, we move on to protecting ourselves with gesture number 3, creating barriers.
Crossing your arms or holding your coffee cup or notebook right in front of your chest, it's not just a comfortable habit. It's actually an evolutionary instinct to protect your vital organs. You're literally building a physical wall that tells other people, "I'm closed off, I'm guarded, and I'm not comfortable right now." The 4th sign of insecurity is all about how you stand your ground, or more accurately, how you don't.
If you're constantly shifting your weight from one foot to the other or kind of rocking back and forth, you're showing that you aren't physically grounded. And that lack of physical stability suggests a lack of internal stability, a lack of conviction and confidence. Your physical foundation is a mirror of your mental one. All right, coming in at number 5. This one isn't about what your hands are doing, but where they are. Or more specifically, where they aren't. See, our brains are wired to see other people's hands as a sign of trust. It's an ancient signal that you're not holding a weapon. So when you hide your hands, maybe by stuffing them in your pockets, it can subconsciously register to others as a lack of openness or even dishonesty. It's like you have something to hide.
Okay, gesture number 6. This is when we bring a prop into the mix to help us channel our discomfort. Clicking a pen over and over, playing with your necklace, constantly glancing at your phone, it might feel like it's helping you cope, but what it signals to everyone else is that your attention, your focus, and your comfort are literally anywhere but here. It screams disengagement.
And that brings us to our final gesture. And this one, well, this is the one that's the hardest to fake.
Your face can be the ultimate traitor. You can try to look calm, but a clenched jaw, a tight smile that doesn't quite reach your eyes, or that little furrow in your brow, these are all tiny signs that reveal the inner battle you're fighting. No matter how hard you try, the mask of calm eventually slips.
Okay, so we've laid out all the ways we act like the antelope. We've seen the gestures. The big question, the crucial question, is how do you stop?
How do you break that cycle and move from being the nervous prey to the calm predator?
And this is where we get to the solution. And it's not about memorizing 100 different power poses or faking it till you make it. According to our source, the answer is actually much simpler. It's a single, incredibly powerful concept: stillness.
Now let's be clear, stillness isn't about being stiff or frozen like a statue. It's the conscious opposite of that nervous, fidgety antelope energy. The source material uses the Russian term nipodvizhnost, which perfectly captures this idea of controlled immobility. It's about consciously eliminating all those useless little movements. When you do that, you start to project calm control and true inner peace. When you're truly still, you command the space around you.
And that's the thought we want to leave you with. The very first step to becoming the lion is to actually listen to the antelope inside you. Start paying attention to your own signals. The next time you feel stressed or you're in a high-stakes meeting, just take a second and ask yourself, what is my body saying right now? Because once you start listening, that's when you can truly start taking control.